IEMs are everywhere at the minute. Every time I open Instagram and YouTube, I'm greeted with content around IEMs, especially with content creators like Axel at B Media, who is absolutely fantastic. He has made me really want to try IEMs. So when KZ reached out and offered to send me their Axas Gaming IEMs, I snapped their hand off. I really wanted to try them. I'm excited to review this product. So let's get into it and see if these are any good and if they are worth the money. Before we start, I want to make it incredibly clear, I am by no means an audiophile. I am a complete noob. For the last 4 or 5 years, I have used the exact same 2 pairs of earbuds and headphones. My Axas 7s for when I'm gaming and video editing and whatever else at my PC, and my wireless Sony earbud XM4s, which I even recently changed the batteries in to keep them going a little bit longer. I'm a complete noob. I have absolutely no idea what audiophile audio sounds like or what audiophile gear should be like. So this review is coming from a complete noob standpoint. If I get anything wrong or there's something that you want to know that I've missed, please drop a comment, let me know, because all I ever want to do is improve. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what is an IEM? So IEM stands for in-ear monitor. Originally they were used for some kind of audio artist, whether it be a band or a rapper or a singer. These professional grade IEMs were extremely high quality. The person playing or the person singing needed to hear exactly what the background music sounded like, or their vocals sounded like, or their instruments sounded like whilst they were playing, to get an idea of what everything sounded like together. IEMs have absolutely flooded the market in recent years. There are so many to choose from nowadays. This in main part is because of the higher audio quality you get. I believe this is also a lot down to the way that they're designed. IEMs are designed to fit a lot deeper in your ear canal than with typical earbuds and headphones. So you're getting a much more isolated sound that doesn't allow in a lot of background noise whatsoever. These IEMs almost always have some level of audiophile hardware in, whether it's the drivers in them, whether it's the ear tips or earbuds, whether it's the cable, the connectors, something about it has some kind of audiophile level to it to give you a better and increased quality of sound. So with these IEMs, what do you get? Well, there's not going to be an actual unboxing because I unboxed them straight away and started using them and just started writing my impressions down as I used them for that week. But what I can tell you and what I can show you is what you get is you get the actual IEMs themselves with the enclosures. You get 2 different types of ear tips. You get this really nice cable that ends with the little USB-C that's got a little module thing on it that I'll talk about in a little while. And you get the box and you get a little leaflet and the instructions. What was my first impressions? When I unboxed these and I started using them, at first I was utterly blown away. These made the sound quality of my Sony earbuds and the Axas 7s that I've been using for the last 4 or 5 years seem utterly dog shit. I don't know whether it's the sound isolation or the fact that it feels like the music is literally inside your head, but the sound quality seemed like it was so much far above what I'd been listening to before. And I was really impressed. When I'd heard people and seen content on IEMs and people specifically talking about the soundstage quite a lot, I'll be honest, I never really fully understood what that meant. Now that I've tried IEMs, I kind of get it now, because as much as this sounds like the sounds in your head, it's almost like you've got positioning on the instruments and on the vocals and stuff, it's really weird at first. It sounds really good, but it's also really weird to get used to because it's not what you're used to. Now, whilst I've been using these, I've used 2 different sources for music, which is FLAC files that I have on my PC and Spotify lossless playback. The Spotify lossless playback, it sounds really good to me, but again, I'm a noob. And the FLAC files that I've been listening to that I've got stored on my NAS and I've got stored on my PC sound amazing. They really do sound good. The only other impression that I've really got is it was very weird going back to using any kind of sound device with a wire. I have for the longest time been strictly wireless audio devices, whether it's my over-ear headphones or my earbuds. Getting used to having a wire snaking up my t-shirt and coming around the back of my ear, having to get used to that feeling again, and having that restriction when I get my phone out and I'm like, oh, I'm attached. It's been really odd. It's probably worth it for the increased audio quality though. but it was a very weird thing for me to get used to for the first few days. On to the gaming portion. These IEMs are specifically designed for gaming. They are tuned for gaming. You have 3 out of 4 profiles that are for gaming, and they are called the Axas Gaming IEMs. But how do they actually fare in gaming? Well, straight off the bat, I have a really, really big complaint. And I'm sure KZ's not going to enjoy this bit, but you are a company that is specifically targeting gamers. The headphones that you have provided for the review are USB-C headphones, which is fine, and that's the cable folded over. The cable is about 1.5 meters. You cannot comfortably sit with this plugged into your computer, taking in mind mine is right next to me when I'm gaming. The cable is not long enough to reach in my ear without having to skew my monitor to the side and me sit so that my computer can hear my own fucking heartbeat. It's ridiculous. If you're going to market these headphones to gamers, this cable needs to be twice the length as what it is now. Not everyone has USB-C on the front of their computer. Most of the time the USB-C is at the back. And unless you want to use a USB hub of some description, most people are going to plug it straight into the computer. The cable's way too short and it really annoyed me. Probably more than it should have done. Once you actually get close enough to the PC, so close, you can hear your hard drive ticking. You can hear your AIO pump gurgling water. You can hear your fans spinning. Once you're that close and you actually start gaming with these IEMs on, the first thing that I noticed, the sound quality so much better than my Arctis 7s, which makes the cable length even more irritating because I really want to daily drive them on the PC, but I can't because the cable's too pissing short. Anyway, in comparison, when wearing the Arctis 7s and listening to the game sounds and the game music and stuff like that, it feels very flat in comparison now. When I'm using the Axas Gaming IEMs, everything feels a lot fuller. It's like I can individually pick out the sounds, which is awesome. And then we get onto the tunable DSP. The professionally tunable DSP is what I'm going to talk about next. And this one seems very much to me like it's just marketing buzzwords. At the end of the cable where the USB-C plug is, there is a little housing, a light and a button, and you can cycle through the 4 different profiles. But as far as I can tell, from a noob's perspective, I can't tell the difference between any of the 4 profiles whatsoever. I've tried each individual profile. I have switched it on the fly whilst playing games, and I cannot tell the difference. And what's more, when I'm listening to music, I also can't really tell the difference. Now, I don't know whether that's down to my aging ears. I don't know whether it's down to my issues with hearing or if I'm just an idiot, and I don't know, but I can't tell the difference whatsoever, and it just seems like marketing buzz stuff for me. It didn't seem to make a difference to me where listening to footsteps and stuff like that was concerned. It didn't seem to make a difference for gunshots and all the rest of it. And don't get me wrong, footsteps sound clear, gunshots sound clear, and it is almost directional when you're listening to it. You can, I mean, the stereo, there's only 2 of them, but the way that they mix together, you can tell the direction that it's coming from in a very weird way, or it at least seems that way. They sound awesome. The profiles don't do anything in my opinion. So the downsides, I've already talked about a little bit. The cable length is the first one and the most irritating. Secondly, I have been quite positive on the sound experience with these IEMs, and I stand by that. They sound good in my opinion. However, they are not perfect. I primarily still listen to the same music that I listened to 15 years ago, and the majority of it is nu metal and rap. There's a little bit of pop music and stuff thrown in, but that is the majority of my listening experience. And with these IEMs, when you get very high-pitched guitars, it doesn't sound right. It's almost like it's clipping, which is weird because that's a term for a microphone, but that's what it feels like. It feels like it gets to a point and it just, I don't know, it's like it's trying to drive high-pitched guitars way too hard and it just doesn't sound right at all. Other than that, everything else sounds awesome. And it really does sound so much better than anything I've tried before. And I'm sure that if I tried some higher level IEMs, I would be blown away again. And lastly is the topic I've just mentioned. The DSP does not seem to do anything whatsoever in my opinion. However, if you've had a different experience, please comment down below and let me know that it's just me and my noob peasant ears not being able to pick up on these nuanced differences that you might be able to hear. Keep or crap? On the whole, the headphones are good. I know this has come across as a very mixed bag, but the headphones are good. The IEMs are good. And the thing that shocked me the most is the price. So these are around or under £25, which is insane. Like, even with its issues, £21. I don't know what price IEMs are in general. I imagine there are loads of budget IEMs out there that are just as good, if not better than them. But considering that I spent £150 on them Arctis 7s, I spent £250 on my Sony earbud XM4s for 25 quid, under 25 quid. That is an absolute bargain. I had no idea that you could get such cheap IEMs that give such good sound quality in comparison to what I've been using before. But will I primarily just be using them IEMs for music? No. In my job, if I've got a cable, it gets snagged a lot and it will pull and it will break. So at work, I cannot justify using them. I will continue using my wireless earbuds. Will I miss the sound quality of the IEMs? Yes, definitely. But I don't want to break them. I don't want to ruin the cable. So I will be still using my Sony earbuds and I'll still be using my Arctis 7s. I just now have a third pair of headphones to add to the mix when I really want to enjoy some music, I guess. My main takeaway from all this is I get it. I completely get why these IEMs and why IEMs in general have blown up so much in recent years. They sound amazing and you haven't got to pay that premium for wireless technology because almost all of them, as far as I can tell, if not all of them, are wired. I may revisit this topic in the future. I may even revisit these IEMs in the future when I've got myself a 3.5mm jack and a dedicated DAC for it. Until then, I'm going to continue to use them around the house and to listen to music and all the rest of them. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. This was something very different and very out of my comfort zone, and I apologize to every single audiophile out there that has no idea about anything I've just said because I've used all the wrong terminology and I've just been blurting out bollocks. I do apologize. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to watch one of these two, and if you didn't, please comment down below, let me know what I got wrong, and hopefully I will see you on the next one.